Blanch them in boiling water for 30 seconds, then run them under cold water to stop the cooking, and proceed with your recipe from there. This recipe serves 4 as a side dish. If doubling, make 2 batches. The beans won't char if they're crowded. 1½ pounds haricots verts, extra slim French green beans, topped but not tailed. 2 to 3 tablespoons extra virgin olive oil, coarse sea salt, freshly ground black pepper. Rinse trimmed green beans in a colander. No need to dry them. In fact, you want some water clinging to them. It will help them steam. In a large frying or sauté pan with a lid, heat oil. Add green beans and stir to coat. Cover and cook over medium-high heat for 3 minutes. Stir and add a good sprinkle of sea salt. Cover and cook for 4 to 6 more minutes, stirring every 3 minutes or so. Don't worry if you see some charred bits. That's my favorite part. Taste and see if the beans are cooked through. If not, give them another 3 minutes. Transfer to a serving platter. Add a pinch or 2 of salt to taste and a good grinding of black pepper. Serve warm or at room temperature. If you have leftovers, doubtful, eat them topped with big chunks of tuna or a poached egg for lunch the next day. Dress up. If you want a gussied-up version of this dish for guests, replace 1 tablespoon of the olive oil with walnut oil and top with some toasted walnuts before serving. Try this. Substitute olive oil for all or part of the vegetable oil in your favorite banana bread, or zucchini bread or carrot cake, you get the idea. I use olive oil to make my French yogurt cake. I recently started using olive oil to make my stovetop popcorn. Secret number 2. Coarse sea salt. Salt is a culinary enlivener. It makes other ingredients taste just a bit more like themselves. But salt requires control, something I've never achieved with a grinder or shaker. I keep my salt in a covered container handy to the stove, so I can take a pinch whenever I need it. If coarse sea salt seems an unnecessary extravagance, think again. The French would tell you that little things make a big difference. And why buy something that is more refined than necessary? Highly processed table salts with iodine and anti-caking agents fulfill a function but have no taste. Sea salt crystals have a very specific terroir, as individual as the mineral content of the body of water they come from. They are also beautiful, like topping your food with a scattering of tiny diamonds. Attention! You will notice that almost all the recipes in this book, even the baked goods, specify coarse sea salt. You can use kosher salt in a pinch, but please do not substitute the same amount of regular table salt, or fine sea salt. Because of the fine grain, 1 teaspoon of table salt actually contains more salt than a whole tablespoon of coarse sea salt. Accessories. When I used to give tours at the Louvre Museum, I would stop to admire an ornate gold and agate salt cellar that once belonged to Louis XIV. The French have always taken their tableware very seriously. A salt cellar is a small bowl of sea salt that the French often put on the table instead of a shaker. When I got married, my friend Amanda's mom sent me a crystal salt cellar complete with miniature wooden spoon. This may seem old-fashioned, but hey, I'm an old-fashioned girl, so of course I loved it. It also turned out to be one of my most useful gifts. I use salt sparingly in my French cooking. If my guests want to add salt, the tiny spoon lets them see exactly how many grains they are adding to their plates. Next time you are looking for a hostess gift for a foodie friend, why not arrive with a small jar of exotic sea salt and a wooden salt cellar? Secret number 3. A bottle of sherry vinegar or red wine vinegar. I considered calling this book French Women Don't Buy Salad Dressing. The way the French make salad dressing says a lot about their culinary philosophy in general. Fine ingredients, simply combined. All you really need to